Welcome to the INFOWARS Nightly News. I'm your host, Jakari Jackson. It's August 9, 2013. Let's get straight into the news with our top story. Austin, Texas braces for al-Qaeda terrorist attack. Now, this is a story exclusive to INFOWARS.com. Law enforcement agencies in Texas have received a special threat advisory based on information provided by the Department of Homeland Security, indicating Austin, Texas has been singled out for a terrorist attack on Friday, August 9th, and that also includes Pasadena, California. INFOWARS.com reported that multi-agency Homeland Security drills will be conducted in the Austin area over the next few weeks. Now, we have the actual document we're going to show you here on screen. This is from the Texas Military Forces. Unconfirmed reports from the Department of Homeland Security has raised the possibility of random terrorist attacks taking place in Austin, Texas. According to reporting, the Austin group plans to plant backpack-style bombs on 6th Street on either the 8th or 9th of August. Now, this is a story that's plagued in controversy because we see this article from KXAN, a local Austin affiliate, and they say the threat letter was sent out by mistake. And it says the Texas Military Forces says the memo was received by mistake, and they later rescinded the memo altogether. So we have a question. You may be saying, well, is the terror threat real? Is it fake? And, I'll leave it to your discernment because we have law enforcement, as far as I know, they're still preparing for this very real terror threat, according to the document received by INFOWARS.com. Meanwhile, the local Austin affiliates are saying, no, it's not real. You shouldn't have it, and pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And it ties into this. This goes into the city of Waco. Police are now entering and inspecting homes to prevent crimes. And this guy was he wasn't trying to prevent a crime. He was actually causing a crime, but I won't go into that. You can look at that video on prisonplanet.tv. But it's the police state. It's all over. It's in Austin, Texas. It's in Waco. It's in Colorado, where they're saying that you can't own a gun if you live inside of a certain apartment complex. And it comes all the way back here to Austin, Texas, where people are very much concerned about these terror threats. So we here at INFOWARS hit the streets to see what people thought of this terror threat.
A force protection alert was released to the media by accident this week. What they didn't want us to know was that they were letting the Texas military forces know that a possible terrorist threat is set to take place this weekend in Austin on 6th Street. It's one of our busiest streets here in the city. They say that it's going to probably coincide with the end of Ramadan and that it'll be backpack-style bombs. We all are quite aware of quite a few instances where there have been drills going on at the same time as terrorist activity. So we're going to go check with Austin citizens and see, do they think this is a false flag? Is this legit? Are they still going to go out and party? Is al-Qaeda here in Austin? Who knew? What do you think about the possible terror threat that's supposed to happen today on 6th Street?
That's a little scary. No concern at all.
Why not? Why not?
Well, we have officials and law enforcement in place to handle that sort of thing.
No, I never heard of first time.
That doesn't frighten you?
No.
Doesn't concern you? Did you hear about it?
No.
Well, I hope that's not true.
Wherever you are nowadays, you have to use some caution and common sense. And like they always say, go with your gut feeling and report suspicious activity. So it doesn't concern me as much as it would most people.
Did you hear about the Department of Homeland Security is going to be performing a lot of terror drills in the next couple weeks in Austin? It's going to be increased military presence?
No, I did not.
They don't want news stations reporting, going, look at all the military helicopters and everything, so that the news stations know, oh, they're just doing drills. But what if something really does happen? Have you ever heard of the FBI doing false flag attacks to create terror events?
No, I have not.
No.
Operation Gladio, Gulf of Tonkin, we went to war with Vietnam.
I did hear about that, and I also heard about it when it happened in London as well, that there was training on that exact same day when the actual event happened. But coincidences happen, so, I think coincidences are coincidences, and they happen inevitably.
Today we were running an exercise for a company, and the most peculiar thing was we based our scenario on the simultaneous attacks on the Underground and mainline station. So we had to suddenly switch an exercise from fictional to real.
Just to get this right, you were actually working today on an exercise that envisioned virtually this scenario?
Almost precisely.
Drills on the same day that 9/11 happened. It was all the planes that were flying, they were doing drills of that exact same scenario of a terror attack taking place by people flying planes into buildings on 9/11.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm not a real conspiracy theorist.
This is an article out of USA today, and this report came out on April 19th, 2004. NORAD had drills eerily like September 11th, Pentagon Trade Center, among imagined targets.
They were doing a drill in the exact same area on that day. That's a fact. That's not a theory.
Yeah, I know that's a fact.
What do you think?
Now I'm thinking they're probably trying to say it's a drill so they don't scare the citizens.
What was the school shooting recently? That one?
Sandy Hook.
They were like within 20 miles.
Right. They were also doing a drill
Yeah, and that's kind of
of a school shooter.
exactly. That's weird.
Well, what would you think if you saw military helicopters and guys jumping out of planes and tanks coming with guns? Because that's what is happening here over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'd be running the other way. That's what would scare me.
I really don't. I'm not concerned. It doesn't bother me.
That's out of my hands, you know. I leave it to my military or my president, I guess.
All right, well, it seems like a few people were concerned with the terror threat and the Homeland Security exercises that are going to be taking place in Austin throughout the weekend and over the next couple of weeks. But most people, they're all right with the huge military presence in our town if it means they're going to be safe. For the InfoWars Nightly News, I'm Leanne McAdoo.
Now you can watch Alex Jones live at InfoWars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
You can also browse the network, the InfoWars Nightly News,
and over 60 movies and documentaries all together in one place.
You can watch the Alex Jones radio show live as it happened.
So check it out, InfoWars.com/show.
CIA sued on whether top-secret information helped Hollywood directors make pro-Obama film. Judicial Watch is suing the CIA in order to obtain the guest list from a June 2011 award ceremony, during which former CIA Director Leon Panetta revealed top-secret information in the presence of Zero Dark 30 filmmakers in order to help Hollywood directors make a better pro-Obama film. Now, keep in mind, if you blow the whistle on police corruption, if you blow the whistle on NSA corruption or military corruption, you're going to go into jail, you're going to be prosecuted, you're going to get 90-plus years in prison, you're going to be not allowed to come back into this country, you're going to have to seek asylum in Russia. But if you're Leon Panetta and you just say, hey, I want a better Obama movie, that's perfectly fine. And notice, just as this movie's coming out, they're trying to get the immigration bill passed. 40 to 50 House GOP will back reform on immigration. Gutierrez said many of the Republicans supportive of immigration reform don't want to be identified, surprise, surprise, but he insisted they would support the comprehensive immigration reform. He also said only a handful of House Democrats would vote against the legislation. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I have no problem with people entering this country legally, naturalization, joining the military and so forth, but to say if you sneak past our border guards, we will award you with free health care, with in-state tuition and all the other goodie bag deals, I don't think it's a very good thing for our country, especially considering I can't go to Mexico and get all those free things and goodie bags for myself just by crossing the border, especially if I do it illegally. Now we'll move to this. Austin votes to extend $60 million smart meter program.
We found out today it's actually just a contract extension with what some call a big price tag. While the company owns the meters, it doesn't own the software to read them. To extend that contract until 2022, costing $60 million.
Some other new products. This might be a time of use type product where, we have different intervals of time where we have different rates.
And never mind all the health effects that you can get from smart meters. We've shown you all those reports. You can find those in the archives of prisonplanet.tv. Now they're going straight into your pocketbooks, saying that the peak times, at the mornings when you get ready for work, the nights when you come home from work, that's going to be your peak usage time. That's when you're going to hit with the fees the hardest. During the day when you're at work, you're at school, it's not going to be that much. But as soon as you come home, that's when they're really going to stick you. So if you're in the city of Austin, call your council members, call the Austin City Energy, and let them know how you feel about this. Now, we're going to give you a preview of a story that's exclusively on InfoWars.com this weekend on PrisonPlanet.tv. And while you're there, stop by, get a 15-day free trial. You can get the Alex Jones radio show, the rants, the special reports, and all that right there on PrisonPlanet.tv. We'll end tonight with a quote from Bob Marley. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Well, that's the end of our show tonight. And keep in mind, we're not promoting racial division. We're just pointing it out as we see it in the media, on the mainstream, wherever it may be. And it's also in the new INFOWARS magazine. Not promoting racial division, just simply pointing it out. This is the new August edition. You can see it has the George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin cover right there, the divide and conquer meme. So pick that up for your friends and family. You can get them in bulk. So make sure you get the INFOWARS magazine. So stay tuned. We'll be back right after this break with my interview with Anthony Gucciardi.